FIST, Fund for Improvement of Science and Technology Infrastructure Programs, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Dr. Unnikrishnan A, Principal, ASIT, Dr. John M. George, Vice Principal, ASIT, delegates, teachers, and all my colleagues for workshop for KTU researchers on writing project proposals for FIST funding of DST. Let us invoke the blessing of the Almighty. I request all of you to please rise for the silent prayer. Please be seated. Dr. A. Unnikrishnan graduated from REC, Calicut in electrical engineering, completed his MTech from IIT Kanpur and PhD from IISc. He has authorized about 100 national and international journal and conference papers. He is a fellow of various professional bodies and recognized thesis supervisor of Cochin University. I invite Dr. Unnikrishnan A, Principal, ASIT, to deliver his welcome address.
Dr. MUKHOPADHYAY from DST, Dr. John M. George, distinguished faculty members, respected principals from various institutions, and all my dear colleagues of the Kerala Technological University. Very warm good morning to every one of you. It's a very rare moment that we have been able to get together for this kind of to hear this kind of an advisory talk from a very eminent person like Dr. MUKHOPADHYAY. See, after we got into this, got into the academics, it has become essential that we should also take up a lot of research activities, not alone doing only the classroom teaching. When it comes to doing research activities, though of course there are startup initiatives and all that floating around us, even now, most of the funding comes from government institutions only, like DST. Of course, DRDO is also another organization. But Sir is here now today to help you how we can make use of the various support facilities that are available at DST, financially and also by various other means. Let us understand that Department of Science and Technology had been encouraging good number of projects over many, many years in different academic institutions, and many of the leading institutions of the country like IITs and NITs are beneficiaries to that. Now Sir has been nice enough to extend his arm over to self-financing institutions also, because in just a few minutes back he was telling me that now onwards is going to be more or less 100% of privatization in the country. So with the result, we the members of self-financing institutions are going to dictate the rule of the country. It may not happen as it is in totality, but it may so happen that we may definitely be able to have our own say in all the decision-making process. He was also advising us that TechIP also should come to us. We should also be the beneficiaries of TechIP, so that we will get good amount of funding from various agencies to carry out the research activities, to provide extra facilities for our students and to bring up the institution. So in this context, I am personally grateful to Professor MUKHOPADHYAY, for Dr. MUKHOPADHYAY, to having accepted our invitation and has agreed to come over here and address all of us. I am also thankful to KTU for having given us this opportunity to host this function. In fact, there is an initiative from KTU, so I must thank the Vice Chancellor, the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, and of course Director of Research for all the efforts that they have taken to promote the research activities of the Kerala Technological University. Let's hope that his address, the deliberations that are going to take place in the next couple of hours will be beneficial to all of us, to the extent of writing some proposals, getting them properly presented and getting funded so as to improve our research performance. Let's hope that down the line, all of us will be able to get sufficient amount of funds to carry out good research, thereby increasing the academic excellence and credence of all the institutions where we are working. So once again, I would like to welcome every one of you to this function, and special welcome to Dr. MUKHOPADHYAY, and a welcome to every one of you. I remain. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind invitation. Dr. MUKHOPADHYAY did his PhD in Fiber Science and Technology from IIT Delhi. He has worked in petroleum industry for 4 years prior to joining DST New Delhi. During the last 18 years at DST, he has handled various programs such as National Superconductivity Program, Technology Development Program, and several other scientific programs for promotion of scientific and technological advancements. Currently, he is looking after Science and Technology Infrastructure Programs, Inspire Program, and other related programs at DST. I invite our Chief Guest, Dr. MUKHOPADHYAY, to deliver his keynote address.
Thank you, Dr. Unnikrishnan, the other principals of the various colleges, faculty members, and students. See, I was told for a long time by the Executive President, Vice President, Dr. Suresh Das, that there is a need for recharging the engineering faculty member of the state towards the research, and then in that sense they need to be oriented how to receive support for carrying out the research, because what we have seen over the years, that not only this particular state, across the country, and I being an engineer as well, the research is not that much into our passion as compared to a science graduate or postgraduate, because it is quite obvious that this research is not something which need to be carried out unless until the person has a passion, because the people who joins in this professional courses like engineering, our first goal is to get a reasonable employment after the undergraduation, and if somebody is little bit academic minded, go for post graduation, and if somebody is really passionate in his subject, goes to research and then goes to the academics. So this research is not that much as a science graduate. From the beginning, he or she thinks that I will go for the research and I would make myself oriented towards the research and all these things. And when somebody, even after joining, even after completion of all this academics, comes down to this kind of setup due to the large workload, both in the teaching and the administrative of the teaching, the research becomes a backseat affairs. But we need to remind ourselves that parallel to the teaching, if somebody engage himself or herself in the academic institution like this, need to carry out some level of research to abreast himself or herself with the current activities across the globe. And that needs the research to perform even in the college setup while performing the academics, while performing the job as a teacher or teaching is only. We at the central level and your state organizations like KSSTE at the state level today is trying to inculcate the research activity among the teachers in the colleges, Because university level there is already certain level of research is there, people are performing the research with their day-to-day teaching and teaching administrative activities. But the college there is a very small in number. This number need to increase. You know, the basic thing is that we have in our country around 40,000 plus colleges. And if one paper, good paper rather, index journal paper, if contributed by one college every year, very easily and very much with less finance point of view, one can contribute 40,000 plus odd papers in our national pool, which is a very large contribution. So that's the philosophy in which we are working out to encourage the colleges, both engineering and the science colleges, to do certain level of research and contribute not only in the publication as well as in the technology or product development. The another aspect of this engineering research is also that science and the technology should go hand in hand until any scientific development which is done by a chemist or a physicist will not see the day of the light. In any devices, if you see, physicists have developed at their physics lab level, but unless the engineer or technologist give it a shape to a product which will be possible to manufacture by a manufacturer, cannot go into the market for the civil people to use it. Therefore, the research by the engineer or the technologist and the development by the scientific development should go hand in hand, and in that scenario both the scientist as a scientific research and the technologist or engineer as the product development are complementary to each other. In this respect, with this introduction, we will introduce you what Department of Science and Technology could offer to encourage and to attract you or to promote the research funding in the education institution like this. You see, the DST over the years, last 15-16 years, is very much dedicated to develop the infrastructure in the academic institutions, whether it is a university departments, whether it is a college, whether it is an IIT department or Indian Institute of Science department or All India Institute of Medical Science department. We are very much committed for the last 15-16 years through a program called Funds for SNT Infrastructure. Now this program is very familiar now, I understand, but it is a reactive program. Reactive program in the sense that we announce it and you submit the proposal. It is not a scheme in which we ask you that this much fund is given, not proactively acted by the Department of Science and Technology. It is a program which is called announce-based program. The second program, I will come into details on this particular program because this is more useful for all of you in this audience today. However, the other three programs I will just mention as a brief. The other three programs, first one is the PERS, which is basically exclusive for the university sector. To rejuvenate the universities, we started this program sometime in 2008. Essentially, we want to isolate the all scientific community to evaluate the proposals submitted by the departments or individual or university. So what we thought, we did a third party exercise to evaluate through a Scopus database the performance in the last 10 years. Say when I don't have here, I can take this. I can take this. Yeah. Fine. So we want to isolate ourselves, that is DST, to evaluate such proposals submitted by the universities or individual or this. And here in case of the university as a whole. What we did, we engaged a third party to evaluate the publications which universities are making for a period of 10 years and rank them with a transparent manner so that within the university selected, there should not be any issue why this is more, why that is less. And in that process, what we took, the H index is the parameter to rank them, and as per the parameters of the H index, we fix the quantum of the fund. Like up to a certain H index, 30 crore, up to a certain H index, 15 crore, like that we rank them. In the 2008, when we started this program, we took the period 1996 to 2006, and we identified 14 universities and provided a fund of around 282 crore for next 3 to 4 years. Similarly, next year we did another exercise for another 10 years period. We found 30 new universities apart from 14, we supported them. Like that, when 3 years over of these 14 universities, we took another exercise for second phase of the 14, we supported them. And now we are supporting the another 10 years period for second stage of support of 30 universities, in which we found that, which are now being supported, that out of 30 universities supported, in some 24 are performing, 6 are not performing. So we removed 6, we add another new 5 who are now performing. So like that, the exercise goes on from our side, and we continuously encouraging the universities to perform better and better, and we pump the money, which has a typical characteristics like university can decide what they can buy. University can decide what, which kind of people they want to recruit on ad hoc basis. University can decide what workshop they want to hold in 4 years time period. So a lot of flexibilities are given around the support of 30-40 crore to the universities. And we found that this process is very much encouraging, barring 1 or 2 universities. And we cannot make the rule with the people who are flouting the rules to ban the other or to make the program like this. So we continue this and giving them some warning to the people who are not complying the things. But majority of the cases, people are performing and performing much better than the case when it was a regimentary mode. In the sense, okay, you have 5 equipment, committee has recommended you buy it. Whether this 5 equipment after 2 years is useful or not, it is immaterial. But you have to buy it, because these are all regimentary type of support compared to the PERS, which is a flexible type of support. Now the third one is a very new program which exclusive to the women universities. Support again to inculcate the culture to women universities like this. And the fourth one is a service facility as similar to nearby your CUSAT, where there is a center which provides services to the analytical facilities. Now, having said that, these are the 4 programs DST today nurturing for the benefit of the scientific community across the country. The first one is more versatile for across all sectors of the science, engineering, agriculture peoples. If you read it, I will not go one line by line. It has started in 2000, and since 2000 we are operating this scheme in 3 levels, 0, 1 and 2, and it is again for the sake of processing we segregate as life science, physics, chemistry, mathematics, engineering. We also add one sector sometime in 2009. After 9 years of our operation, we found that the colleges like this having a PG department, if we support department-wise thing, the overall growth, overall improvement of the college is not happening. That particular article is become stronger and stronger. The department which has less faculty, weak, is not getting stronger. So why we change our direction. This particular point, 2009, we told that we will not support in a college a department as a unit. Otherwise, the level 1 and level 2, which are at the university or institute sector, supporting department as a unit. Here we said that we will support the college as a whole. We support college as a whole. And principal of the college will be responsible to decide how the money will be distributed across his college science and engineering or science and technological departments. But there should not be any uneasy feeling among the faculty members of the various departments. That is the bottom line, assuming that we decided this parameter. Since 2009, we have this format to support, and in this format to support, both 0, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 at the department as a unit and 0 college as a unit. What we said that all science, engineering, medical departments in the universities and higher educational institutions having PG program 3 years in existence. This is true even in the colleges also. If a college has a PG program which is 3 years in existence, are eligible to apply. So 3 years is minimum duration. We put it so that we know that the course what you have started has gained little bit of stability in the market in terms of at least 1 or 2 batch have passed out and they have taken their little bit of shape. Now, the objective here is towards providing basic infrastructure, enabling facilities, environment for promoting R&D in new and emerging areas, and attraction of the fresh talents. These are the major objectives. As I said, level 0 is the college as a whole, and level 1 is a department which has smaller size, mostly engaged in the teaching, but also do some amount of research. But level 2 is a very well established department with substantial funding and requires reasonable amount to. This is the mechanism of the support. As I said, that physics, chemistry, biology, engineering and PG college. And this is the point that what are the things we can support. we can support basic equipment of your teaching and the research. We can support to develop a infrastructural facility, but not the building. If you have a building, you can make a laboratory framework, some level of networking and computation facilities, and the maintenance of the equipment. This maintenance of the equipment, this is a new approach which we are taking or doing in this particular scheme, so that at least 5 years, or if the department comes in the repeated format, after 5 years again they got selected, those equipments will have a better life and better maintenance ability. So with this process parameter, the schemes operate since 2000 onward until date. Time to time we change, but the changes are not very large. As I said, one major directional changes we did it at 2009, which changing the college from department framework to the whole college framework. Since most of you are from the colleges in engineering, and it has a purpose to call engineering, I will come back later. Let me first tell you what colleges we can do. What are the things colleges we can do? At least one PG department should be there. Then the support what is available to you can go for any kind of department to do the research, or if it is a aided or government colleges can also do the teaching support. I will leave this transparency here. Need not to take a photocopy or the camera copy. I will leave the transparency here. Okay. Support mainly for augmenting teaching, leading to the minor research activities. Yes, this is a very important point, especially for the aided and the government colleges, that as per the current framework, the support we provide 100% for teaching and the research. For private colleges, we provide only for the research. In that only for the research framework, we support 50%, government support 50%, and 50% support comes from the institutions who is getting supported. This limit of the total support, which is 150 lakhs, this also has changed from 2009 until date. When we started this, it was 50 lakhs. Then we made 100 lakhs. And from last year, it has been made 150 lakhs. Now this 150 lakhs also has a distribution, that is 50 lakhs for the teaching and 100 lakhs for the research. If a department gets 100 lakhs recommended value, 50 lakhs government provides, 50 lakhs institution provides. So, and today, 100 lakhs research, if some college plan to invest with a 50% support, it is a reasonable level of research facility one can establish. But to get that, what we need, I will be coming a bit late, that what we are looking for. The support we provide, basic equipment, computer facilities, infrastructure facilities like e-classroom and maintenance. In fact, we are now discussing that e-classroom facility most of the colleges today have established. When we decided this parameter 3-4 years before, the preparedness in the country was not that high, but today it is there. So we need to revise this parameter, that instead of e-classroom under the infrastructure facility, what else we can give it to them. That is in discussion. And Evaluation mechanism is same, screening, presentation, followed by presentation, submitted by each college. Yes. When a proposal comes from a college, or what are the things we are looking for in a college to support, or the committee recommends the proposal to support? The first thing is, on my left, quality teaching. They say how good the teaching is. Now, what are the parameters or indicators to indicate the quality teaching? We look for input quality of the students. In terms of input quality means, if you are taking the students at the undergraduate level, what is the plus 2 marks your college puts a cutoff, minima and maxima, because that's your input. Similarly, at the MTech, what is the graduation level score? That's your input quality. So when we compare two colleges of the same state, if we have the input cutoff, input of the percentage marks, we can get an idea that within the state, how best this college is preferred by the students who are passing out and willing to join. Have you produced an university ranker? Is your students performed well at the undergraduate level or at the postgraduate level? If it is a science college having MSc or you are having MTech, have any student scored rank within the university? If we get 5 proposals from the same affiliated university, say MG University, and if we compare, say, one electrical department, how one college is superior to other, to understand that, we can have such parameters handy. NET, GATE qualify among the past students. This is a national indicator about the quality of the students. In case of science graduate, NET, in case of engineering, GATE, or pharmacy, GPAT, so that at the national exam, how well your students have performed in those national exams, that is another indicator. So these indicating values need to be inbuilt in your proposal or during presentation in a manner to score your proposal when you defend much superior than the others. Rather than showing a photograph of this alma mater, that alma mater, history doesn't have any meaning. So immediately the people say, put down those things, show your basic strength. Maybe 20 years before some alma mater, even this time somebody shows Radhakrishnan, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was our alumni. Okay? So such things does not get cut the ice. These are history, and many people knows those facts of that particular college. So these are the things, if you can devise something more to indicate your quality teaching, you can also put that kind of parameters to show that this is the indicator of my college. In terms, because if it is a private college, the evaluation would be done on the basis of research. Now, when it is on the basis of research, for a private college, this gate is shut down. This gate is open only in the case of aided and government colleges. Private colleges, we need to know what is your research. The research happens at the MTech level and also at the PhD level. So you can highlight your MTech thesis, and if at all any publication generated, or what is the quality of thesis, which area you are taking in case of MTech research during 6 months or 1 year research, which area of research you are promoting, you can highlight. Otherwise, publication is one area. You can highlight as a research. Product development, if anything happens, you can highlight as a research or technical innovation. You also need to highlight the faculty members. Say there are few faculty members who just joined maybe 1 year or 6 months, published good papers elsewhere before joining, but have a good potential. This part, many often we have seen in the proposal, they embedded as a publication of the college, and that's the wrong part. You should not embed as your college publication of that faculty member who has done his PhD elsewhere and published good piece of paper. This you can highlight as your potential researcher in the college. That I have such and such person who has published so many good papers, indicating the journal name and his potential to do research when you mention the requirement of that particular, for that particular faculty member. The third point is, which we have noticed this time in a large way, that people are very comfortable to publish online journals. Please refrain yourself for publishing online journals. Nobody give a damn to that publication. Nobody. In fact, it is a negative for those publications to your college or department. See, I was not aware, but community was aware for the last 1 year development. They were all discussing volume 1, volume 2 publications before the meeting started. Not this particular meeting, the other physics chemistry meeting. Volume 1, volume 2 publication. The volume 1, volume 2 publication, I think some of them may be aware, is the publication which happens in the online journal, means the journal life is first year or second year. Volume 1 or volume 2 is not volume 140 or volume 130. So volume 1, volume 2 journal is the code, and that is the online journal. Please refrain from publishing there. Publish maybe one paper in a year from the college to a good index journal. Now, how do you get the index journal list, SCI journal list? There is a link in the web. Download that SCI journal, and for engineering there is the extended list, which is also considered as a SCI extended list. Download that list, select your area of journal and publish to those journals. Even if you have one paper per year, that's good enough to highlight before the committee, rather than 300 papers. One college came with 1048 papers. 1048 papers. It has no meaning. So the principals or the senior teachers should tell the junior teachers, please do not publish such journals at all. It doesn't have any value. So avoid publishing online journals, published only in the index journal, SCI. In fact, we have also experiences this time. People do not have awareness about what is SCI stands for. So our level of awareness is that level, but I hope here all of you are aware about that, and publish only SCI journals, even if it is a one paper per year, doesn't matter from a department or from a college. Okay? The third block is, when you make a proposal for FIST from the college as a whole, for the government and government-aided college, you should make proposals for all the departments, undergraduate and postgraduate, uniform weightage to be given to project the item for teaching as well as research within the upper limit of 1.5. There are some department, some college came making 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 80 lakhs kind of projection, whereas the limit is 1.5. If your proposal is 80 lakhs or 20 lakhs, no one can make the support of 1.5. So your proposal should be up to the upper limit uniformly for all the science or technology or engineering departments, giving a equal weightage or a balanced weight. In case of private colleges, you only concentrate the research aspect, and the research amount is 1 crore. 50 lakhs goes for the teaching, 1 crore is the research. So you concentrate within 1 crore to project your requirement in a balanced manner across all research subjects, because in a college, I can't expect all the teachers are performing research. So maybe whoever is performing research, take their input and project it accordingly. Yes, this is very important. Many proposals we have seen, one individual convince the principal, makes his material to project, and convince the principal even going, saying principal is unable, principal is ill, principal is this, writing a letter from the principal, and present, and finally we land up with a representation from the college or from the department that this support is only for this particular individual. But over the years we have now experienced enough. Immediately on the presentation, 1 or 2 slides he crosses, we could come out a decision that this is for one individual projection. And if that finds, then there is a total 0 for that particular department to receive in that year. So careful, projection should not be centered around one individual to project or make it. There was a incident, one very good college in the country projected thrice and went back. 4th time they came and they got. And that was also a wrong decision, seems to be, because that department didn't come for review when we called this year. All 3 times the projection was against one individual, one subject. And it's a very good department in the country. So therefore, please make sure that it is for the entire college researchers' requirement. Projected equipment shall be for the research and not for consultancy. Yes, this is also very important, especially for the engineering category of people, that many often we mix up the consultancy and the research, and we land up projecting requirements mostly for the consultancy, especially a few engineering subjects like civil, electrical. We do major time on the consultancy and project the equipment onto that. So please ensure that the equipments what you are projecting are not for consultancy purposes. It is a purpose for the research to carry out. No field trials, no clinical trials. This is especially for the medical people. Many a times they put the equipment for clinical purposes, clinical trial purposes, clinical service purposes. So we refrain from providing support for that purpose. So in a nutshell, when you prepare a proposal, you please take certain precautions for your colleges that highlight the strength in terms of teaching, in terms of research, and to do that, you have to work previous 1 year or few years to publish the material not on online journals, but on a good journals, or you should have some level of product development or technology development activity in a proper manner. Why I am saying, in the next few slides, you will find that in your state, particularly in Kerala, we are unable to support as many as engineering colleges than the science-based colleges. Now, this is something, some statistics. I will not go into detail. You can read yourself that level 0 has a limit of 1.5 crore, as I already told. Level 1 is 3.0 crore and level 2 is 10.0 crore for 5 years to support. But the average support over the years is 70 lakhs for the college, 130 lakhs from the level 1 department, and level 2 is 4.5 crore against 10 crore support. And college so far we have supported, out of total recommended budget is around 7.88%. Our total recommended budget is around 2,300 crore. So 7% is the total college support. The current session is going on. 269 departments, including 76 colleges, were called for presentation, and these are in the stage of final lag. This is the statistics, number of departments versus number of amount we supported. This red mark is from where we changed the limit, upper limit of the level 1, level 0 and level 2 departments, and the black line is basically the introduction of the college as a whole. Till 2006, we were operating 100 lakhs for level 1 as a limit, 200 lakhs for the level 2 as a limit. And then we changed it to 300 and 10 crore, and level 0 is 150 lakhs. And these are the percentage average share, which I have already shown. Yes, this is interesting that 301 colleges are now within the ambit of our support till last year. And this year, 76 colleges have presented. We will be picking up some number and we will be adding to 301 for to support. The average support, it has shown that 37 to 130 and 154 to 450. That's the change we have made, and it is continuing because we still not nearer to the limit what we had set in 2006. And this limit, I tell you, is maintained by the community, not by us, because community has given a very clear instruction that even if a proposal is good, you can go up to the limit. But they themselves are not very comfortable to recommend support and raise the average support limit today. This is more of a college thing, because I thought let me do something for the colleges, and these are the statistics for the colleges. 300 and college, we have pumped in around 200 crore, including the private colleges in some number. The irony is, in these 301 colleges, 88% are from 6 states. 88%. And these are the states: Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. The rest of the country is participating or recommending 12%. Next slide, I will show that this is the trend even in the proposal submit. And in the Kerala, by now 68 colleges total, science and engineering together. Why we are here today, that gives me the crux, that engineering college is only 4. We need to increase this number. Maybe when I come next time after some years, these 4 become, you decide your number. Okay? No, it is not up to me. It's not at all up to me. Yes, it's not at all up to me. See, the committee like chaired by Professor, your Executive Vice President of KSSTT in this college. Okay, but he is chair. He is accompanied by 14 or 15 members of different subjects. If anyone has faced this presentation in this audience, anybody you have faced? When? This time. So you can explain your experience. Can you? So that people can get from the horse's mouth.
No, it's not me who made the presentation. The presentation was made by our principal. So I was also present at the meeting. So our presentation, actually we have given for 1 crore rupees for equipments. So that equipments, I'm from MA College of Engineering, Kodamangalam. So Marathanesh, yes. So now while hearing this presentation, I noticed that some of our projects were just like centered for mainly for research. Some of the projects were there in that category. So we have given a distribution for all our 5 departments. So the major departments were given major share. The other 2 departments, the project cost was somewhat less. And we have made some allocation for networking and computational facilities also. So they made ask some questions regarding the networking and computational facilities, just like whether it is meant for existing facilities, that is any augmentation of a new facility, or whether it is expansion of an existing facility. And overall, the questions mainly they were not interested, as sir was telling about the college and all those things. Those who, though we made slides about the main activities of the college, the committee was mainly focusing on the slides on which we are presenting your research activities and related things. So when you make the presentation, no point in listing all this type of things about the college, its other activities like sports, other co-curricular activities, on those things. They are not at all interested in seeing all those slides. So you mainly focus on the type of equipments you are going to purchase, and the utility for those, how you are going to utilize those equipments around the year, I think.
Thank you. See, I think he is fair enough to describe the kind of things happens during the presentation. We are interested not your, as I said, how many playgrounds, what is the square foot of area and all these things, because these are different ball game to look at by different people. What we are interested to look at, suppose you have asked for, say, UTM. Now this UTM is, if you take the Instron, say 100 kilonewton UTM, it has a cost. If the cost is well below that cost, then people will immediately understand that you are nowhere in the business of UTM user. Okay. So first thing, you have to put the cost. If you very high projection, then either it will be targeted by a supplier to you, or you are just as usual. So you have to have closest cost of the equipment, what you are projecting, and you explain why you need that UTM, for who are the people, how many people are there, what research you are doing currently with the UTM, if you have, how it will help you. So that kind of logic you have to build in your presentation, because you will be given 10 to 15 minutes, and if you cannot convince the audience, means expert, not audience in that sense, expert, in 10 to 15 minutes, you will not get the chance to do further. So you have to be very, very focused in your presentation, what you are speaking and what is meant for. Similarly, any item if you pick up, you have to build in your logic, why it will be used, how this equipment is today utilized, either X institute facility or Y institute facility, and if you have some publication already done on that item, you please highlight that I have already done. If I get this equipment in my college, I will be in a position to publish more, or students have already done so many MTech theses. If this equipment is given, much more students' MTech thesis can be possible to make it. So that way you have to build in. Sorry. So the engineering colleges is very low in number. We need to increase this, and in this increasing process, you have to help yourself, because we at the DST will not be in a position to help each and every college to write down their proposals and all these things. And if you are not helping yourself, we can't do beyond a point. Therefore, the precaution for the next year should start from now. You consolidate your publications, which are good publications, because college we don't need 1048 publications to show. Even 15, 20 publications, good publications, is good enough for an engineering or any science college to look at their support. But these publications will be index journal, the publications will be from the college, and good journal material not done elsewhere by the faculty member. So these are the 3 points. Please keep in mind. When you project only the research item, not the field trial, consultancy or clinical research, clinical materials requirements. You put it only the research materials. So I hope that this number will increase with the time when I come for the next time in any college in the Kerala. This is a typical, as I said, now the 4 states or 6 states are mostly participating. If you look at the number of proposals we get, it's a typical year. Number of proposals we get from states. And the same manner, it is not reflecting. In fact, Kerala is better off in terms of conversion. If you look at it, 26 converted to 6. 31.5, Kerala is still better off. 33.11, 38.9, the other states. But Kerala is nearly 50%, or little more than 50%. It's still better off. It can be much better, because your number today is 68. And this number will be more when we complete the current year process. So these 6 states are mostly contributing in submission of the proposals, and in the final recommendation also they are in the lead states with a different level of conversion ratio. And each one has a reason. I will not go into details. Yeah. See, I will just keep 1 or 2 slides like this, how it has made overall in the country, and what are the high-end equipments which has come through this process. Is a host of high-end equipments. You yourself can read. Host of high-end equipments has come at various universities, institutes, academic institutions in the country. And in the colleges, yes, some college even today are acquiring XRD or ACM facilities at their colleges. This is some kind of indication that what level of NMR people are acquiring and how the medical science are getting better in infrastructure. This is the department at the neurosurgery in the All India Institutes, where they done the live brain surgery, which is flashed to the at least 8 or 7 institutions, neuro departments, students to look at it, the live surgery. We have made that kind of intervention, and it can be stored and can be used for other time for other students. This is a countrywide spread. The number which is outside the bracket is the college number. You look at it from Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Kerala, this is the number. 8 universities, 92 departments, and 72 colleges. This is, I will skip it because there is a review process. Impact, yes, it has made certain impact which is done through a third-party evaluation process, and they say that enrollment in the MTech course in engineering in the post-FIST era has improved. The appreciable increase in the enrollment of the PhD student in science subject, statistically significant increase in MSc and PhD degrees granted in the life science, all kinds of things. We are again doing the same exercise now, because this we have done it when we had completed 5 years or 6 years of the FIST support. Again, a third party analysis is undergoing. Maybe in couple of months we will get the report. This is PERS I have already told. I need not to make further thing. This is also I have said that there is 3 crore per university we provide. And this is the another program of the infrastructure called SAIF. In this we have 18 such centers in the country to provide analytical services to the people who are in the research game. Thank you. In case any queries, any questions, because he has just come from the presentations, very fresh in his memory. So he could be your one of the person to contact, how it happens and how the proposals can be written, okay, or what are the things normally people ask, all kinds of things. Besides that, if any questions, if any doubts, please tell me.
Excuse me, I got a question. Sir, here.